Back in Dong Tom, the sergeant needed a volunteer to take 4 pilots out to their Cobra gunships in a 3/4-ton truck when the rockets and mortars came in at night. We seem to be getting more rocket and mortar attacks on the base camp lately. The pilots would either be in their barracks or at the officers' club at the beginning of the attack. I would have the truck ready to go at my barracks, and as soon as the explosions were heard, I would jump in the truck and pick up the 4 pilots and drive them to their gunships, which would be parked in various places at times to confuse the rocket guys firing at the camp. While people were diving into bunkers, we would be driving down very dark roads to get to the helicopters. If I had to drive close to the perimeter roads, which I had to do a lot, when I flashed on my headlights on to see where the road was for a second or two, snipers would shoot at us. I tried just using the blackout lights on the truck but couldn't see the road that way. I was driving pretty blind most of the time, which would put us in the ditch at the side of the road sometimes, but I could get out of the ditch with the all-wheel drive truck. The truck received a few bullet hits once in a while, but no injuries. We also had some close explosions, but 0 injuries. We were lucky. One of the pilots complained when we went off in the ditch one night, and I said, "Okay, you drive then." He said that he didn't know how to drive stick shift. Everyone had a good laugh at that. The Ace Cobra pilot couldn't even drive any vehicle we had. His co-pilot said, "I can't believe I'm flying with you." We had another good laugh. The whole idea was that once the fully armed Cobras were up in the air, that the pilots could see where the rockets and mortars were firing from by their telltale flashes and blow the heck out of those areas fast. Trouble is, there was nothing fast about our reaction to the rocket attacks. By time the first rockets hit and we got to the gunships and the pilots started them up and lifted off was probably 7 minutes. By then, the rocket attack was over. The rockets had a range of 7.5 miles and the mortars had a range of up to 3 miles. But the thing is that once the gunships are up, if the NVA-VC start to shoot off their rockets and mortars again, they will be spotted by the keen-eyed pilots who then will pump their rockets into those areas, blowing up what is down there. They did have secondary explosions at times. Cool. So the result is 1 rocket or mortar attack per night, if nothing else. And only 5 of us were responsible for that. And one of them can't drive. The pilots received air medals for valor, and I received an Army Commendation Medal for valor. Combat gunships were up in the air all day long. The better plan for night would be to have gunships up in the air from sunset on. I didn't think that I deserved my medal, but the first sergeant said that it might help me out someday and that I might decide to stay in the Army even after I was discharged. I might re-enlist after a boring time in civilian life. One can get used to the excitement of war. He knew what he was talking about. And later I did too.